Oh my goodness, Spider-Man, you're injured. We have to take you to the hospital.
No hospital. Feast.
Wait, what? Wait, how are you eating that with the mask on? So Spider-Man PS4, because that's the only way to find out about the game since there's no tagline. It's made by Insomniac, where you play as the webhead, living out all your superhero fantasies.
I'm coming.
Now before I get into the game where you spray your white web all over, I have to say, Sony, what the heck is wrong with your advertising? I wanted to buy this game on sale, but on the website I saw this, the Miles Morales Ultimate Edition, which includes the Miles expansion that takes place after the main game. But I wanted the base game, and it says here, it's remastered, which was Sony re-releasing the whole game again, but redoing Peter Parker's model. Yep, they sold the game again for a model change. But here it says PS4 and PS5. Whoa, what a steal! $125 for both games playable on both consoles? But I didn't read the fine print. It's only on the PS5. I don't have a PS5! I'm not selling my car for a console that doesn't have any games now!
I need that money.
So yeah, after a quick refund, I finally got to play as Spider-Man. Well, actually, Spider-Man.
Don't forget the hyphen between spider and man.
Where it's not an origin story. I mean, you already know the plot. Nerd gets bitten by a radioactive spider, gets spider powers of hiding in the corner of your room for 3 months without moving. His Uncle Ben dies, he lives with his Aunt May, and he's in love with Mary Jane. The drug, not the girl.
I'm Mary Jane.
Like that is my favorite name.
And as Spider-Man, he helped save New York from supervillains like a man dressed up as a rhino, a man dressed up as a vulture, a man dressed up as a scorpion, and oh my god! Well, we see Peter monitoring his police scanner as he finds out the police are going to arrest a big crime boss, Wilson Fisk. And by big, I do mean big.
No, I don't think I will.
Alright, fine, let's head there. While he speaks to his police friend, Yuri Watanabe, who always keeps him informed on the situation from the police side.
But you love me, right, Yuri?
I tolerate you.
Wow. That might be the nicest thing you've ever said to me.
Well, seems like the bad guys are using bullets. Good thing we are a spider. I heard they used the silk to make bulletproof vests. Okay, so the combat here reminds me of another superhero game I love, Disney Infinity, where you fight enemies. Okay, obviously it's the Batman Arkham games, where you punch enemies in combos, use your spider sense to dodge attacks, along with web gadgets that spray a lot of web. Seriously, Spidey? Using that much web in one session can't be good for you. Mary Jane won't be happy. Or will she?
The two of you would make some beautiful babies.
How's it feel to be a dad?
So we make our way up the tower and find Willie's computer.
Says the guy frantically erasing his search history.
He gets mad we found the stash.
What's wrong, Willie? You seem angry.
I will destroy you!
And fights us in the first boss battle, which involves a lot of dodging, chucking things, beating him down, rinse and repeat.
All these years still haven't learned.
Do not touch Willie. Good advice.
The game, however, does try to make everything cinematic, as in, oh boy, there are a lot of QuickTime events. Oh god, I'm pressing square to not choke out! So we capture Fisk, sending him to jail, and now we can finally roam the open world. Well, we better check the map with a social feed. Wow, that's a lot of followers. Wait, is that Twitter? Oh no, don't make me go to that forsaken site unless you want to follow me there, link in the description.
This show is peak internet. Don't even at me.
So we got the whole of New York to explore. Damn. New Yorkers ain't that friendly. So yeah, you got the web swinging where you hold R2 shooting web that grabs onto objects, no swinging in the void, and you can use X to dash forward. It does take some getting used to, but man, this is so fun. Despite the game having fast travel, I rarely used it. It's just so fun flying around. So the city is bustling with cars everywhere. I mean, traffic's so bad I can outrun the cars. And tons of civilians. Oh god, I hope he washed his hands. They do have some small interactions with Spidey, and you can press square to be a celebrity. But the most important thing is crime. And after you unlock the Assassin's Creed tower to open the map, you can see who the police are chasing. And this involves fighting bad guys, or fighting bad guys in a car. I mean, what else is a superhero to do?
I'm so neurotic.
But I just found the most amazing feature. So you know how Peter Parker is a photographer? Well, there's a photo mode. And you got the usual move around the object, but it has a selfie feature, where you get expressions and stickers and frames to make the best things ever. I had too much fun with this. You really can let your creativity run wild. Damn, that's some high-calorie pizza.
Jeez.
Where is Spider-Man? Action, intrigue, suspense. Is that the ladies' bathroom? I probably used it more than you were meant to. It was odd though that you can't actually view the photos you take in-game, not even post them to the game's Twitter. That would have been a cool way to have some interactivity, because this is something I could easily see Spider-Man doing.
I could use a snack.
So now you got the other side of Spider-Man with Peter Parker's life, where he helps Dr. Otto Octavius with artificial limb research to help people. This includes science, minigames, where you match lines or fix a circuit. They are fine. And also you see Aunt May working at Feast, which is a place that helps the homeless, with the owner being one Martin Lee.
Congratulations!
Well, I think we met the most important characters. Oh god, what is wrong with your suit? So yeah, Spider-Man is a character with many versions in the comics, giving him suits that he can unlock. From nostalgia to ones actually helpful in combat, as they unlock special moves you can use on any suit, like the Spider Nut, or Spider Bro, which is a robot spider drone that electrocutes everyone you fight. It's my favorite. But the best thing about the suits is that they show up at all the cutscenes. Yes, even the trash one.
I'm the trash man.
Well anyway, Trash Man gets a tip that robbers are breaking into a museum, and they seem more intense than usual with guns and masks. And here is where you begin the stealth mechanics. Yes, it's not as good as the Master of Stealth. Okay, it's fine for what it's worth. Actually kinda cool seeing Spidey web up people quietly, and finding ways to distract the guards. But it was still annoying in some places, as the engine was made for wide areas, so in these small environments, it sometimes doesn't work out. Anyways, he's about to die, but who should save him? Mary Jane, his ex-girlfriend. I guess in this canon they were broken up due to, well, him wearing that. Yeah, I can see why. So MJ tells us why she's here by actually making us play as her. Okay, I guess a Spider-Man game doesn't just mean as playing a Spider-Man, you play as her too. Wait, unless she's actually
Spider-Girl? Spider-Woman.
No.
Woman.
But yeah, she works at the Daily Bugle as a reporter and tries to be a bit more in your face with her investigating.
Beautiful. It's a Mifune?
She saw the masked men break in looking for a file, which she found herself, detailing a project called Devil's Breath. Well, at least the two are on good terms now.
Good to see you, Pete.
Mary, I'm literally wearing a paper bag over my head.
Do you remember why we broke up?
This is a trick question, isn't it?
Oh look, it's a totally random shop owner. Yeah, I sure don't know who that is. Well, Peter goes back to Feast to ask Martin about the masks since he seemed to be a fan of them, but he's like, they are demons. Also, stop looking into it. Gee, sure sounds like you're a bad guy right now. So Peter heads back to the lab where the mayor, Norman Osborn, pulls his Oscorp funding from Otto's lab because they have some rivalry or history or something.
Peter. There's no we.
We?
And all the while, the masks attack Wilson Fisk's properties, stealing his things, and at this one factory area,
I feel like I'm in a horror movie.
Spidey teams up with a cop named Jefferson Davis, who after some crazy fights and quick time events, we're both able to stop the bad guys, with the press lauding Jefferson as a hero. Alright then, back to exploring the big open world. Well, after unlocking towers, you get side quests on the map. Some are collectibles, like taking photos of New York landmarks, from real places to stranger ones. And you also find these collectibles that showcase Spidey's history. Bro, you really saved the menu from your first date with MJ?
What weenies?
All I did was save this kid's balloon from floating away, and he made me this. Spider plushie!
This would be a perfect segue to announce the Ramona plushie, the channel mascot that you can physically buy. But it's not real. Anyway, you get the side quest, like with Harry Osborn, your best friend who is in Europe, but wants you to study the environmental problems that face the city in his absence. You can also catch pigeons, or help a wife track her husband's criminal activities, and so on.
That woman doesn't seem like a girlfriend.
Wait, why? Because she has blue hair? And also you have...
Long time no see.
Hello, who is this?
I love making you chase me, Spider.
So this is Black Cat, no relation to Catwoman from DC, and she set up these cameras around the city to take photos of hidden cats she placed, indicating some big heist she might be pulling. And it seems like she and Peter have some history.
This couldn't all have just been a game, could it?
How subtle.
Meow.
Also in the open world, you get phone calls from people, but since you're always doing things, they get interrupted. However, after a while, you will pick up the conversation right where you left off.
Hey, it's me. Where were we? Oh, yeah. Don't worry, Doc.
Also, I noticed how the Mad Lads actually made Spider-Man record his dialogue twice. Yes, once normally and once again sounding strange. So when you're swinging the web, that version plays. Like, this is a crazy amount of attention to detail.
Looks like I got some free time. Maybe now's a good time to look into that mask. Looks like I got some free time. Maybe now's a good time to look into that mask.
And then you have the famous J. Jonah Jameson, who I guess modern Spider-Man, instead of being chief at the Daily Bugle, is running a podcast where he rants about Spider-Man. Yep, on the old Triple J podcast.
Swinging by like he owns the place. I was naked.
Keep your curtains drawn. Lock your windows. A webbed pervert walks among us.
So yeah, it's a very open, expansive world that's fun to traverse, but not actually much to do other than main and side quests.
I like trains.
Well then, back to the combat. With gadgets, you will need to use them, as certain enemies can only be defeated in specific ways, like uppercut the shield guys, dodge the whip ones. So you have gadgets that shock, trip mine people, or web. Not. And as opposed to the Batman games, while both flashy and cool to look at, Spidey moves incredibly fast, maybe too fast, and the enemies won't wait their turn to hit you, making it quite chaotic. And most of my deaths were just from being overwhelmed at the bad guys. You do get upgrades like using this bar to heal, but seriously, give me some space! Also, it was interesting how the enemies can accidentally attack their own. Also, did you know Spidey is so against killing people, if you launch them off the buildings, he will shoot web to cling them to the walls. It's pretty crazy how they will stick to any surface.
Fun too.
Well, anyway, we see Martin take leave from Feast for some reason, and Spider-Man fights more of the masked men who are attacking Wilson's gang.
Hey, Willie.
Billy hears ya.
And I mean, this whole sequence is so cinematic, but seriously, people, can you react? You almost got clotheslined by the helicopter. Well, the mayor is giving an award to Jefferson for his work, who was also the dad of Miles Morales, a totally unrelated non-main character.
Call of Duty, Medal of Honor.
But suddenly, the masked men attack with bombs, killing Jefferson and wounding Peter and Miles. So then we play as Miles. Two non-Spider-Man characters. Wonder why we play as this totally unrelated character. Well, it's the same as MJ, avoid people since we can't fight, which isn't that fun, but it's different. I'm glad though the most important feature is still here. Well, guess the secret's out. Martin controls the men with this weird energy, and his eyes.
Maybe you should see a doctor about that.
So afterwards, Miles joins Feast to take his mind off his dad's murder, befriending Peter, who also still helps out.
Hey pal, you just blowing from Stupid Town?
And Norman Osborn, fearing for his life, hires the mercenary Silver Sable with a team to guard him. Hello? She doesn't seem to like spiders. Peter then sneaks into Martin's office to confirm he is the bad guy, but as he leaves...
Hello, Peter.
Turns out Martin had some grudge against Norman and wants to steal the Devil's Breath, which is a bioweapon Osborn made as a byproduct while he was trying to research a cure for many diseases.
Creepy.
Also around this time, I found my favorite outfit. Well, we get another MJ level.
Wait!
As she wants to be more of a savior and not a damsel in distress, which causes friction between her and Spidey Boy.
Meow.
Also that. But now they seem like they are slowly getting over it.
You don't think this has anything to do with Lee, do you?
Sorry to cook and run.
Did you just leave your clothes on the kitchen floor?
Why are they so cute together? I sure hope no other characters appear later in the game to make me question this.
Meow.
So Spidey tracks Martin down, which takes him to this Halloween party.
Everyone's in costume. My people.
Meanwhile, back at the lab, Otto is continuing the research into brain-controlled robotic limbs without Oscorp, and it seems to be working. However, Peter learns that Otto has a brain disease that is slowly killing him, and that is why he wants to fast-track the invention to stop his own body failing. Gee, that sure doesn't sound like a supervillain backstory. Well, I'm sure nothing bad will happen to Spider-Man's mentor and father figure. Anywho, Spidey saves Miles and teaches him how to fight.
Okay, I can take it.
Which gives us a Miles segment where he sneaks through Sable guards using a drone hacking app his friends made, and we spend some quality time with them. Totally random character, am I right?
Peter, be careful out there.
So Martin has captured Devil's Breath, but Spidey tries to stop him, getting grabbed, which transfers Martin's negative energy, which amplifies your worst thoughts. Or something. Like, I don't know, takes him to this weird place, but I'm still having fun! Well, Spidey overpowers it, but Martin escapes with the weapon, as we then cut to MJ again.
Probably call Peter and let him know what I'm doing. Actually, scratch that. He'd probably just tell me to go home and chain myself.
Where Oscorp is showing off their new tech. But Martin appears, grabbing everyone as hostages as he calls over the mayor while he deploys the Devil's Breath. However, in a cool twist, you still play as MJ, but now tell Spidey who to attack. MJ then sneaks around and defuses the bomb. Defuses the bomb and flees with the hostages, while Spider-Man chases Martin into the subway, where he fights him on the closed train before electrocuting the dude. Well, he's going to jail, but oh no, it's romance problems. As MJ is mad, Peter keeps telling her to not rush into danger, but I don't know, she doesn't have a weapon, and these dudes carry huge guns. But she's like, my skinny ass won't get spotted, tee-hee.
Wait!
No, not that kind of over!
Mate, you gotta use emojis to indicate emotion these days.
Big Willie.
Well, Otto is advancing further in his research, but Peter is worried about the bugs, also the supervillaining. But Otto assures him he'll be fine, and then he sees Norman on TV and isn't fine as he changes his mind.
How about a mint?
Damn bomb in the truck. Gotta get it out of here. Just like that movie with the bomb on the bus. What was it called? Fastness, super quick. Nah, that wasn't it.
The bus that couldn't slow down.
Well, seems like Martin is having fun as there's a prison break. As the supervillains break out, such as Rhino, Vulture, Scorpion, Cheetah, Rabbit, other animal names, and Martin, who all proceed to destroy Spider-Man. And the final kicker being Dr. Octopus gone full evil. He stole the Devil's Breath, releasing it to the public, infecting thousands, including Aunt May. Osborn then declares martial law, which means prisoners and Sable have now taken up defensive positions in the city. So yeah, just swinging around, they all try to shoot you. While Spidey tries to calm this down, there's also a fire that traps Aunt May and Miles, and Peter realizes he can't save them without MJ's help, so they agree to be partners in battle. Miles, however, is so excited by all this getting to help out, even getting Spider-Man's number from MJ, which is weird because he already has Peter Parker's number. So Spider-Man has two phones. I thought you couldn't afford the rent, mate.
Give me rent.
You'll get your rent when you
Grind the cheese.
Well, Spidey takes out Electro and Vulture in a combined boss fight, which was so disorientating. Just dodge everything and don't fail the QuickTime event, otherwise you gotta do it all again. Then it's Scorpion who poisons him, causing hallucinations, which, hey, wait a minute, isn't this like the Arkham games? So after some trippy scenes, which involve falling for a while because the game is loading the open world, we finally make the antidote. Yeah, and another Arkham comparison I have to make. So in that game, you hear all the chatter in the overworld because you hack into the communications, and the dialogue changes over the course of the game with the crooks reacting to events. But here, I think I heard them. Oh, wait, maybe not? Well, Spidey then fights Rhino and Scorpion together with tiring environmental mechanics, but he wins and we cut back to MJ again. But now she has a taser? Finally! Oh, you're gonna get such an electrocuting. So she's at Oscorp to try and sneak into Norman's house without him noticing.
Wait!
And finds out that Harry Osborn is terminally ill, which is why Norman was developing the cure. And in this lab, she sees a video showing Martin as a kid test subject, where he gained the powers but killed his parent, now hating Norman for that. MJ then almost gets caught knocking over spiders. Huh, you're afraid of them, but don't you sleep with the spider, man?
The two of you would make some beautiful babies.
No, I mean, not yet.
And she runs off, just jumping off the ledge, hoping Spider-Man catches her. I swear she gets off to danger. But MJ seems to have brought back a present. And no, this isn't the origin of Spider Lady, but rather it goes to feast and bites Miles. So yes, he is a main character. Oh, so that's why I was playing as him. Oh yeah, and I guess I should mention that the game has bases, where you get tokens for defeating them, and you get other ones for taking photos of the landmarks, each crime you stop, and so on. And these are used to unlock suits and gadgets. But these bases are set up for stealth gameplay. However, no matter what, even with the final remaining dudes, I always ended up making them call for backup with 6 waves of enemies. Like, was I just unlucky, or is there actually no way to do this stealth only? Also, I got an interesting suit. Okay, this is too creepy. Well, MJ tells us where the Devil's Breath cure is, and after convincing Sable to work with us, we fight Martin in a big boss battle. But Otto comes in, kidnapping Osborn and the cure, leaving us critically wounded. So Spider-Man sets about creating his own armor to fight Otto, where the game gives us the final boss warning. Well, we go up and fight him on top of a giant building, and eventually beat him as we did with the other enemies, and Peter feels so disappointed that Otto has turned into this, gone mad with power. He looked up to him and respected him, thought what they were doing was going to help people, all thrown away. Well, we have the cure, but unfortunately it's only enough for either Aunt May or we give it to the doctors to mass produce the cure. Spidey gives it to the doctors to save everyone as Aunt May dies. And that's the main game. Peter and MJ make up and make out.
I think I'm gonna be sick.
Miles moves in with Peter, showing him his new power, and Norman reveals that Harry didn't go to Europe as it's not a real continent. No, he's stuck here in the green goo. But that's not the end, as we have DLC, which continues the story straight afterwards. Also, I unlocked a new suit, which was cel-shaded, but its ability is literally to say quips, which I did find was lacking in this game. I thought Spider-Man was meant to be constantly cracking jokes. Oh well, let's see them now.
Hi folks, check out my homepage. It's on the web. Get it? Web? Not really a lie if I put web designer on my resume, is it?
Maybe someone finds these funny.
La Cosa Nostra is making a comeback.
I love it when you talk dirty.
So it seems like the mob is after this painting, but there's no guards. And to get into their room, we have to form a handprint from partial prints. Hey, didn't the Batman Arkham games do this?
Alright, I get it!
Guess I'm not rich enough to appreciate this.
However, it's not the mob who grabs it, but... I mean, he literally hangs up on
Why?
MJ after
What's
seeing
going on?
her. So yes, Black Cat, Felicia Hardy, the ex-master thief who is here to steal the painting. And my heart.
What
Oh,
are
no.
you doing?
My heart! She escapes with the USB that was inside, as she was apparently working for Hammerhead, a mafia don who wants all the drives which hold the entire mafia fortune, as he wants to take over the whole gang.
Oh, hey, Spider.
Bruh, just dump MJ. What are you doing, man?
Then why are you stealing it?
If I don't, they'll kill my son.
Wait, your son? Felicia has a son? Can't be. I mean, it could be, and I could be. No. I'm not gonna think about that right now.
A son? Peter, you dog!
found the
I mean,
cat, but she got
Spider. Spider dog?
Felicia takes her time. She's nothing if not methodical.
Is she now?
So it turns out the DLC also has side quests, and one features a villain called Screwball, who is an internet streamer with 2 million followers. Whoa, that's insane! She calls her fans to fight you while she streams it, and you have to time the moments just right for more likes. Man, this feels like a fever dream.
Downvote!
So Spidey tells MJ about Felicia's son.
You know that she and I dated for a while.
Yeah, so? Oh, are you serious?
I mean, I don't know for sure, but it's possible.
Ew. Ugh. I need to hang up now.
Love triangle, let's go! MJ calls back saying sorry, but maybe Felicia was making this son thing up to get Spider-Man to feel sorry for her. He disagrees as he finds her very trustworthy for some reason.
Why are you webbing me?
That's a euphemism.
Big Willie.
Spider-Man catches Felicia, but she manages to convince him to help find the son. Meanwhile, Miles is calling us up, getting more and more excited to go on missions with us since he can't wait to be the next Spider-Man.
I mean, it's no big deal or anything. I know you're super...
Hey, detective.
Hey, don't just cut him off!
My hero.
I love you.
So she helps us fight Hammerhead's goons.
You checking out my booty?
No, I just... Never mind. Must have been hard for you.
I need to go deeper.
Let me help.
Some things I do better alone. Some things. I'll call you if I need an extra pair of hands.
Why is this DLC so horny?
Man, I'm worked up. Gotta blow off some steam.
We can combine my chocolate with your peanut butter.
So we go to where the sun might be, and you actually coordinate who she attacks, which made me wish it had modes where you control other characters like in Batman. However, inside we don't find the kid, only a hard drive, as she tricked us. There was no sun, which is kinda relieving for Spidey, but also, hey, she's a bad guy again. And Spidey overhears the guard saying how they planted a bomb in her apartment and tries to rush there to save her, but...
Felicia!
And so DLC 1 ends, 2 more to go, with the second one starting off as we and the police go to arrest Hammerhead, but he kills all of Yuri's men, setting her on a vengeance path. We try to stop him killing all the Mafia Dons, and all the while Miles is still too eager to try out his new powers.
I kinda jumped off a bridge.
You what?
We track down Hammerhead, who is using Sable tech to turn himself into a cyborg and be even more indestructible. I mean, the dude literally has a steel plate in his forehead. However, Yuri out of nowhere kills him in anger. So he's dead, but the post-credit sequence show he ain't dead. Okay. And now the final DLC brings Sable back, mad that Hammerhead is alive and stealing her things.
Can't we, like, go grab a coffee and catch up like normal people?
I think Spidey loves to flirt.
You seem to have a lot of women in your life lately.
And all of them challenging. Except for you, of course.
Huh. You don't think I'm challenging?
No? Unless you want me to think you're challenging, in which case you, challenge me in all the right ways.
Well done.
6, 9, nice.
Well, together they try and stop Hammerhead, who is pretty much a full cyborg now, and is pretty unstoppable until we get saved by... Yep, she's alive, somehow. And she apologizes for betraying us, but gives us the drives, which should say how we can defeat him. And the drives say that since it's a metal plate, we can melt it with dank jet fuel.
I have an idea.
I, solemnly swear to, do whatever you tell me to.
I will call soon.
So we help her set up the laser on a ship, where in comes Hammerhead, who we pin down and have her fire the laser, eventually wearing him down for the win. And so, bye-bye to Sable.
But you have taught me a few things.
Oh yeah? Like what?
Like how to disarm my enemies with bad jokes. I don't do hugs.
Yeah, right. Of course.
Oh yeah, we still have to clear up that whole screwball thing with the viewers, which leads us to eventually chase her around the city, and after being tackled, she says she wants to live stream her getting taken to jail. This girl is crazy. And to end it, we teach Miles how to swing, leading into the Miles Morales game. So yeah, that was Spider-Man on the PS4, which really has an amazing swinging mechanic. It was just so fun to swing around, and the combat, while flawed, was still fun. The gameplay had some repetition, and the story wasn't groundbreaking, but it was still a very good introduction to this take on the characters. I know I compared it to Arkham a lot, but it really does feel similar in a lot of ways. Yet Arkham did so much with that series, I learned so much about the Batman villains. Here I felt like I couldn't learn much about them apart from the small bio descriptions. However, they can still improve on this with future games. I mean, with those sales, it's gonna be going for a while. And yes, it does make you feel like Spider-Man. Speaking of, did you actually know that if you 100% completed the game, you get a special outfit?
Good grief, he's naked!
Alright, well I got you there, naked Spidey. Answer me this. After all that, who do you want to be your girlfriend? Mary Jane, Felicia, or Sable?
Ponytail.
Well, that doesn't really narrow it down, but okay. Screwball, take it away.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!
And if you enjoy that, you can click the video on screen to see some more from me.